Hello, and welcome back to another episode of My Damn Opinion. Today's episode, we're going to talk about Marvel's newest film, Black Widow. Before we get started, don't forget to leave a like. The movie has one of the best cold openings of any of the Marvel Studios productions. It really set the tone for the film. Unfortunately, that was the tone to a different film. Story-wise, the movie was a solid entry. Overall execution, the journey into the in-between is kind of a first for the MCU. I don't count Captain America the First Avenger or Captain Marvel because they're period pieces. Scarlett Johansson delivers another great performance as Natasha, which is not surprising, she has made the character her own. This might be her best yet as the character. It's a real toss-up between Endgame and this film. The movie dissects the character even more for the audience, showing us some of her childhood and glimpses into the Red Room without shoehorning in an origin for the character. Those aspects never felt out of place. I always love when we see returning characters, especially those from the often forgotten Incredible Hulk film, even if it's in a small capacity. In this case, I'm talking about Ross. I felt his role in the film was just enough. Not too little for the character, but not oversaturated with the character either. New to the film is Yelena, who is yet another quippy, sarcastic hero, and at this point it should be expected, but somehow it's still disappointing. We already have a Tony Stark, we have Peter Quill, we have Spider-Man. At this point it would be nice to broaden that spectrum. But anyways, her character is still badass and can hold her own in a fight, and even has some great character moments, such as the family dinner scene where she talks about how, even though it's not her real family, it was real to her, as well as her moment with Alexei. I do believe there is plenty of room for her to grow as a character, and I welcome her into the role of the new Black Widow. Red Guardian was in the movie. The fake-out twist with Yelena was very obvious. As cliche as it was before the fake-out of her secretly being aligned with Dreykov in the Red Room, I almost rather they stuck with that cliche and just kept her as a villain. I really don't think there's enough development of the four characters together as a family to warrant the love that these fake parents have for them in the betrayal of the only life Yelena has known. I don't really have much to say about Yelena or a Red Guardian. They were in the film. The action for the most part was good. I just wish it was stellar. Some of the stunt choreography was great. The action sequences and fight sequences were well choreographed. They just weren't that exciting, and there wasn't enough of them. The prison escape action set piece was both exciting and mediocre at the same time. How do you do that? The other major action set piece aboard the Red Room in the falling debris was set up to be magnificent and unique, and it just wasn't. Oh hey, look at me, I'm falling. Oh, we're on the ground now. The movie had too many drawn-out and boring slow-paced sequences to have such lackluster, exuberantly bored action scenes scattered throughout it. The main villain, Dreykov or whatever, was such a cliche evil Russian villain. He had zero character development. He did his bad guy monologue about his plans to the hero without killing her, and he's just a piece of shit for the sake of being a piece of shit. Natasha killed him in Budapest. Oh, yeah, we learned a little bit more about Budapest. So yeah, she killed him by blowing up a building with him and his daughter, and they never f***ing explained how they survived. Oh, look, my daughter is now Taskmaster. That's how she survived. Not a good explanation, film. Not a good explanation. But the biggest culprit was at the end. Natasha stays behind to fend off Ross, and we cut to black, and 2 weeks later. Like, are you f***ing kidding me? How did she avoid getting arrested? I don't know. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Taskmaster was sweet, super menacing, and imposing. As soon as they mentioned the dead daughter, it was obvious who was behind the mask. Unlike some people, I don't care that Taskmaster wasn't Tony Masters, and I don't care about the gender bending. I just really wish there was more Taskmaster. It really felt like Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, where cool character, cool design, cool concept, you have the room for motivation, and you just drop the ball and have a basically useless character. The fact that they make her this mind-controlled slave, daughter of Dreykov, who just does all of his bidding, it's just such a weak cop-out. It leaves no room for development. She has no character. And her ending in the film is just, it's not what they should have done. Leaving with Melina, Yelena, Alexei, and the Black Widows in their helicopter plane or whatever the hell, is just, it's not what they should have done. She should have been left to Ross to take into custody and, set up the Thunderbolts. Something that they kind of keep teasing and hinting at with all these characters that they don't kill, like Abomination, Baron Zemo, Taskmaster, Ghost, but they're doing nothing with them. I really think there should have been more scenes of Taskmaster studying the Avengers moves and such, but whatever. Overall, I really did enjoy Taskmaster, which is all I truly wanted out of this movie. I'm still not over that 2 week later thing. Seriously. She had the chance to leave with everyone and stayed behind to hold off Ross, to then just get away off screen. Like, that is just a slap in the face. Halfway through the movie, I thought I was watching Fast 9 with how much family talk there was. I'm actually shocked that Vin Diesel wasn't the man behind the mask. How did Tony fucking Stark, of all people, not know about the floating fortress that is the Red Room? For the year-long plus delay for this movie, it really was not worth the waste. You could replace every comic book character in this film with an original character and nothing about this movie has to change. It really lacks that Marvel feel, because at this point, 25 or whatever movies in, Marvel Studio Productions are its own genre, and they have their own style of shooting and cinematography and editing, and this movie just seemed to lack that. This movie was disappointing to say the least. Was it the worst entry into the MCU? No, that's still Thor, the second Thor, but it is down low on the list of great MCU films. Shang-Chi looks cool. But, as always, that's just my damn opinion. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the film and which MCU project is your most anticipated. You can follow me on Twitter for updates and more. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and hit that sub button for more opinions no one asked for. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.